Hey, Ted here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin with Elliott Wave Theory. A couple of advertisements here at the start. I finally completed the Elliott Wave and RSI Advanced course, so if you want to master the RSI and want to learn how it can be utilized properly with Elliott Wave Theory, check out the course on Udemy. I've also founded Countertrend Capital with these guys over here, so if you are looking for signal service and more education, check us out here on countertrendcapital.com. And lastly, if you want to educate yourself and support me, you can take a look at Patreon, where you can find Elliott Wave Basics course, access to weekly live streams and extra content overall. Thank you for your support. Let's get into the charts next. So here we are on 4-hour time frame on Bitcoin, and let's check out the higher time frames first, just to keep in mind what we are dealing with. So let's start with the daily time frame, and since the highs of 69k, we've had this as the main, coming down in 3 waves as an ABC or WXY, however you want to be labeling it. To me, this is again still a ABC and not a 1, 2, 3 based on the extensions that this last leg got against this first one. After that point, we would have this as the main scenario, where this would be an ABC finishing up in here, or this would be getting an extension as well on this 5th wave of that C wave, creating us a bit higher price here towards the 27 to 30k. But again, we can talk about that in just a moment. So that is the main idea. Now, if we want to be bullish from the very lows, this is the only way to look at it, where this would be a WXYZ. The Z wave here is kind of very small in comparison to this wave W on arithmetic scale. On logarithmic scale, we can get a bit better looking structure in comparison. So again, keep that in mind. I don't think this is the best looking scenario, but again, it's still viable. This is suggesting that the structure from the lows can be a wave 1 or a wave A of a zigzag coming up and before continuation to the downside. Again, this is very decent looking structure overall, but not my main. Now let's talk about the other structures that we have here more locally, because again, those are the important ones. So the main idea was that we had this as an ABC coming up, and within C wave, of course, we have a far-away structure. So in here, we would be having this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 1, 2, a 3, 4, and a 5. The other scenario is that instead of this being a 5th completing up in here, we'd have this as the wave 1, 2 of that 5th. That is still possible, and from the lows that we have here, we'd be still expecting to take this out before confirmation that, okay, this 5th wave is done at one of these peaks. Now, let's take a look at this closer. Again, for the more bullish count, where this would be a wave 1 of that 5th, this would be a wave 1, 2 of that 5th. And then we'd be looking for 3, 4, and 5 upwards. If we want to be having this more bearish count, we would say that we have wave 5 here completed completely, as we hit the, well, basically these higher time frame targets as well. So again, it's definitely possible that is done. Also, again, as we had a 3rd wave extension, we don't need to be seeing that on here on the 5th wave. Now, since the highs, that we have a couple of different ways of looking at this. We had this idea of looking at this more impulsively to the downside. Again, this did not play out the way I wanted. So again, this is not something that I updated this count anymore. The best idea has been this WXY coming down into these lows. Again, we had this long setups here as well, and I actually got stopped out here and re-entered here as we took out the lows here. So this was again very late night for me getting into this, so I did not get my all positions filled, since we did not get to the lows that I actually wanted. So let's take a look at this closer. Now, overall, what we had here was kind of interesting. You can be labeling this as a far-away move for sure. However, again, not the best. We don't have divergence here, and yeah, it's not the best. This can be viewed in 3 ways as well. Then we would have this as 3 waves, and then some kind of 3-way structure here as well, creating a W, X, and Y. Not the best structure either. However, again, we have the highest high here on RSI, and we have some kind of divergence here, giving us some kind of signal that, okay, this could be done. This low here was actually lower than this one, so we can't have this as a decent looking far away structure, unfortunately. but we can still keep this as a fire wave, in my opinion, even with the a bit, well, not the best look in any case. Now, if we had this as a three-way structure, we would have to have this as a structure on its own, and for that, this has already extended quite a bit. The other possibility was that we had this as a fire wave coming up, very similar to the one that we had on the very start of the whole fire wave move up from the lows. Very ugly structure if we want to have it as a fire wave. And then we would have this as the corrective structure. This is where I took my long. The idea was that as we hit and took out the previous lows, swing failure, pattern them, and go up, and then we would have a tight stop loss below these naked point of control and TPO as well, as these are still yet to be tagged. These were the areas I was having limit orders again, but I only got the market order that I had when I entered after coming back into this same range, basically here. So again, I'm still on that. I'm taking most of my profits off as I saw this divergence forming here. So again, I'm de-risking that position. I took some profits here on shorts as well on the previous lows. Again, we had this divergence here. So again, I want to be de-risking the positions as these are again three wave-ish overall. So they're not the best based on the extensions again. But what are we seeking next? Well, that is a good question. If we have this as a three-way structure coming down, and then however you want to be labeling this, is the three wave like that or a three wave like that, they both do look like they are corrective. So the expectation here to me is that we would be getting at least another one of these before moving lower or higher. At this point again, I feel like if we can or can't make this into an impulse wave move, continuing the previous trend where this whole thing is going up, is not that good looking. This is the best structure that we currently have, and to me this looks best as a WXY. And if we are pivoting from current highs, that would be definitely decent looking. If we have it however here, we would be expecting a bit higher prices. So again, for that one we have daily open and a weekly right around this 1-to-1. A bit higher, we have a naked point of control and TPO around the 1.382 to 1.236 area. So that would be another area of looking for another short opportunity for me. But those are the things I would be looking at. Now, if we want to still be bullish, there is still that possibility that we can be creating this some kind of diagonal in here. This would be wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Creating probably something like that, and again that would be the start of the third wave. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, and again a continuation higher. So those are again the things that I would be looking at. For the bull case, if we come down, we could be looking for another long setup against these lows. If we take out these lows, I do see a structure coming down more likely than going up, just as mentioned before. But I think those are the things I would be looking at this very moment. Again, if you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes and comments on the video. If you want to educate yourself, check out the Discord and Patreon and Udemy. Also, if you want to be having the signals for different kind of trade setups that we have on CTC, check out that as well on the description below. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Bye bye.